think about it. Now you're like the grizzled veteran now. You see
God.
these young guys like Travis and Ken coming around.
Todd Bodine's older.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
Yeah,
Todd is older.
the Onion's a little bit old.
Yes.
So he'll always have that. But I mean, you tell these young guys, hey, you can't do it all right now. You got to slow it down, focus on one thing, or you don't want to get burned out too early.
No, Travis has the right ideas. Drive everything you can. Everything you drive makes you a better race car driver in all series, in all venues. So Travis learning all that car control, racing the Global Rallycross, racing his deal is going to make him better in a NASCAR even one day. Racing the K&N West Series and all those things, all these will make him a better race car driver. And the good thing is Travis has the ability to get in it. He has the sponsors, he has the money to get in these race cars. So Travis will get there because he has the ability to get the seat time.
10 years ago, you're the Rookie of the Year, and you're racing hometown again. I mean, is there a difference from the anxiety 10 years ago to where now is it more fun for you?
Back then I was a young kid and didn't know any better almost. Now I know I've been through a rough stretch in my career, and I can promise you this, the day it comes back, and it's starting to come back, I will appreciate it more than I ever did. I thought I appreciated it then, not nearly as much as I should have. So now, with Richard Childress Racing and the Chevrolet Silverados and the Impalas that they're giving me on the racetrack, man, we're good every week. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend, especially because it is in front of the hometown crowd. I know how good we've been the last 3 truck race. I know how good I was last week in Kentucky. So I'm really expecting some really good things here.
What's been different the last 3 races? You've been on kind of a hot streak. What have you noticed different, or was it been?
The equipment. Richard Childress Racing builds great Chevrolets, and that's the biggest difference is I don't feel the need to have to overdrive them every week and work my tail off to get a truck to do better than it is. These trucks are capable of winning. Give the feedback. Do what you need to do, and you're going to be there. And at Texas, we were in the lead. At Bristol, we were in the lead. At Chicago, we were in the lead. It's amazing how much more relaxed you can be in a race car when you know you have that great equipment.
You and your family, big with the history in this town. Think about this place right now. We're at the Triple George downtown on 3rd Street. What was this building like when you were growing up and your grandfather owned the place?
My grandfather at one time or another has been a part of just about every building downtown. He still lives at the El Cortez. I think while we're standing here, I believe I could walk over and catch Grandpa for lunch, but I have to pull him off the 1-3 table at the Cortez. So, it's amazing what this town has done for the Gaughan family. And to race here and be able to represent the South Point, our customers and our employees, to represent my grandfather's employees, to represent all the people that have basically taken care of the Gaughans over the years. It's really an honor to race in this town. And when you see people, especially downtown, that come up and go, man, your grandfather gave me a job back in 1971, or when he bought the Castaway because he didn't want that many people out of jobs. It's very special to hear those stories, and I'm honored to say that that's Grandpa Gaughan.
Well, to go on that, what about the stories when you hear that somebody, I was on the side of the road walking and my car ran out of gas, and he
pulled over with a gas can.
He kept the gas can in his car in the trunk?
The problem was that gas can was because he always ran himself out of gas. What they don't hear the story was he dumped the gas in yours, and then he'd forget to refill it, and he'd run out of gas and need somebody to pull over and help him. Jackie Gaughan was a very special man and did things his own way. And my father runs his casinos that way, and one day, hopefully, I'll be able to say that I have a lot of the same traits as my father and grandfather. And if people say I do now, it's the greatest compliment I can receive.
Speaking of that, Michael's is a restaurant that we love on ESPN. We've interviewed Coach K, John Thompson. They speak highly of the restaurant, especially Jose. Talk about when people come in from out of town, what do they think about Michael's when you take them there for the first time?
Michael's restaurant's a very special restaurant. It's one of the top 5 in the country, the only restaurant in the history of Nevada to get that rating. It's named after my father, the only place, if you look at all our places, the only thing that has his name on it. Also my son, by the way, Michael. But it's very special. And once again, talking about the people. Jose, the maitre d' there. Jose, when I was 11 years old, traveled to Mexico. I went to live with a family in Mexico, and I spoke no Spanish, and the family spoke no English. Jose was a busboy. My dad walked in, and they said they had this young man who just started working for us and, spoke Spanish. My dad said, you got a 2-week paid vacation. You're going with my son. And to this, he's the maitre d' of the room now. We have that relationship with so many of our employees, and it's just so much fun to walk in there and know that this security guard babysat me growing up, or Jose traveled with me and took care of me in Mexico growing up, or, this cage employee used to babysit me or change my diapers. I mean, it's so many stories of employees that have been around us my whole life. It makes our places special.
For many years, they've been talking about bringing professional sports to Las Vegas. There's now a stadium issue at the UNLV campus. They need to get funding for it up north. We don't know what's going to happen there. They got another 8 months to vote on this. But what do you think about having an event center in Las Vegas? How important is that to get the economy not only stimulated, but having something new?
Well, I'm going to take the opposite side. I just don't think we need a professional sports team here. We have sports betting. We have a great thing with sports betting. We have such a great. When the economy comes back around, I believe it will be. UNLV needs a good stadium. Thomas Mack is a great stadium. If they have issues with their place and that sort of deal, well, that let them work on that. But I'm on the opposite side of that. I'm not a guy that wants to see a new big stadium for a professional baseball, football, basketball team. I like what we have. I like UNLV. We got great high school sports. Gorman High School, my alma mater, is a top 20, top 10 team in the nation now. I think we got great things going in this town. I really would rather not see the pro teams here just because I don't think we need it.
The replacement refs, you were talking about it earlier, saying they're doing the best that they can in the NFL, and in a way they are. But don't you feel that ownership would have to have a better place to take care of the people that take care of the game, the caretakers?
Todd Bodine said it really well. These guys were put in a very bad situation and destined for failure. And it kind of stinks because they're working as hard as they can. These men have not done this job like the refs have for 20 years, some of them. So you can't expect the same amount of ability yet. If they had a chance to learn, they're going to be great. Some of them may become regular refs in the end. But I think they're doing the best they can. I think they're getting a little bit of an undue pressure and a little bit of an undue criticism because they are not what we're expected to. But give them time, they may be. I do believe that the NFL and Roger Goodell and the owners are doing everything they can to get the issues. But once again, we're not getting all sides of the story. You get the media side of this side, that side. So I'm going to stay out of what the issues they want are and just say, hey, they're working their tails off. I'm not going to criticize the refs because they're doing as good of a job as they have been trained so far to do. Give them a chance to get better.